What is going on? Let me turn this light on. How we doing, guys? How we living? How we feeling? Oh, that's bright. That is bright right there. How we doing, everybody? What y'all think about the intro? What y'all think? What y'all think? What's good? I heard Hamzat Chimaev was fighting tonight. Is this true? Hey, man. I don't know who told you that, bro. They know something I don't. That's what I'll say. They know something that I do not know. All right. Let me go ahead and share this live with the Discord real quick. Let me go to youtube.com. We got to talk about the freaking bombshell that Dana White dropped. Man, oh man. Let me share this live real quick with everybody in the Discord. What's good, Brax? Who you got for 320? We're going to talk about it, man. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to go Ankalaev right now. I'm going Ankalaev, bro. I don't think that pick's going to change, but that's what I'm thinking right now, man. Let's go ahead and go to Discord. Announcements. Hey, if y'all haven't already, after the stream, y'all need to check out my vlog video. If y'all have not seen it, I need y'all to check that out, man. Because we were at the event this weekend, bro. It was awesome. At everyone. Oh, did not send? There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, we sent it out, man. We sent it out. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's go to. I got to pull up the card. I wonder if it's out anywhere, or I'm gonna have to pull up images. I don't know, man. I do not know. But man, oh man, what a card! What a card, guys! The UFC, they're trying to save it, man. The first half of the year was a little bit lackluster, I will say, comparatively to last year. But the UFC is trying their best to fix that. They're trying to right their wrongs because the second half of 2025 is looking magical, guys. It is looking phenomenal on paper. The month of October, and again, don't y'all forget this, but we don't have a pay-per-view in September. We got some banger fight nights. But this is why we're getting such a stacked card in October, is because, they're trying to make you forget that we don't have a pay-per-view in September, right? What's going on? I think Pereira will win this time, and he fought well, and Pereira stayed on the back foot, but you can't go from great to washed that quick. Yeah, I don't think he's washed. I just think it's a bad matchup for him. But yeah, I think we'll see a better showing. I'd like to think we'll see a better showing from Alex, but I don't know, man. Hunt glowed up his stream. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, Dylan? What's up, McLevin? He's fighting Duplessis for the main event. Yeah, Hamzat and Dricus Duplessis, they're fighting at UFC 319, I think about 4 weeks away or so, and there's no co-main. We got some banger announcements for 320 and even 321, but we still don't have a co-main for 319. I'm not expecting anything exciting, to be honest. I'm not expecting a big, Paddy Pimblett, Justin Gaethje matchup, nothing like that. Maybe Movsar versus Pico gets rebooked if they can do that in time, if they're healthy. I'm not expecting a big-time co-main event to step in because it's like 4 weeks away, bro. I would love to see like an Arman Sarukian versus Dan Hooker. I think that makes sense, but I don't know if Dan Hooker's healthy yet. The reason I say that makes sense is because Dana claims that Arman Sarukian needs to win another fight before he gets a title shot. Let him fight Dan Hooker on short notice. If he does that, he could be ready by December to fight Ilia Topuria. There's a real dark timeline where Gon beats Tom. John comes out of retirement and beats Gon and gets the belt back, dude. That would be tough, bro. I'd be very, very upset, dude. Even if Tom just loses to Cyril Gane, John Jones is going to troll him on Twitter, dude. Oh my gosh. Everybody's going to troll Tom Aspinall, to be honest. Let me see if I can pull up. I don't know if the event or if these fights are going to be on the UFC website yet. Let's see. Let me see. UFC 320. Where's 320? Oh, they do have. Let's see. Oh yeah, they got the fights on 320 on the website. So we got three. They don't have 321. There we go. Aspinall versus Gane is the only fight announced for 321 as of right now. But guys, 320 looks like card of the year, man. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me go ahead and share the screen. Let's go ahead and let me unzoom this real quick. We are way too zoomed in, guys. My fault, gangy. My fault, gangy. Y'all just bear with the technical difficulties, all right? Don't call me young, bro. Don't call me young. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. Now we're rolling. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. Let me center this up nice and cute. All righty. All righty. But guys, look at the fights announced, man. 320. Again, if nobody has, if you have not seen the news, I'm breaking the news to you right here. UFC 320, October 4th, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, the main event, Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira, the rematch. Co-main event, Marab versus Corey Sandhagen, banger. And the feature fight, Yuri Prochazka versus Khalil Roundtree. Guys, I'm more excited for this than this. I don't know if that's a hot take, but man, oh man, Yuri's about to knock out Roundtree, guys. We're Team Yuri all the way, bro. We will never switch up on Yuri Prochazka, man. If Pereira advances more, he might get the win. He should. You think Pereira, if Pereira's walking him down, bro, he should win. Pereira should beat anybody walking down, but I will say Magomed is a great counter striker, man. It's an interesting matchup. It's, the first fight, I was there live. I might honestly go back to this one. I'm not going to lie, this card's looking great. If the tickets aren't crazy, I might pop out at Vegas again. That'd be funny if I had 2 Pereira Ankalaev posters in my room, but yeah, it wasn't an entertaining fight, but I am very interested in the rematch, I will say. But yeah, like if Pereira wins or they run the trilogy, I don't see the UFC running the trilogy, bro. It's possible, especially if Yuri beats Roundtree, then they're more likely to do Ankalaev Pereira 3 than Yuri Pereira 3. But yeah, guys, that's interesting. Also, Roundtree versus Yuri is very interesting because what are they going to do with Carlos Ulberg? Because I'm 90% sure they will announce this as a #1 contenders fight. I feel pretty confident they will. Is it going to be a 5-rounder? I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna have 3 5-rounders on this card. Maybe they don't announce it as a #1 contenders fight, but it's going to be pretty self-explanatory, guys. So where does that leave Carlos Ulberg? Is Carlos Ulberg gonna fight like a Dominic Reyes? Is that what timeline we're in right now? I don't know, man. Let me look at the rankings for light heavyweight. Carlos Ulberg, Alex is booked, Magomed's booked, Yuri's booked, Roundtree's booked. He just fought Blachowicz. Is he going to fight Jamal Hill? I don't know. Is Rakic booked? Does anybody know if Rakic is booked? I feel like I thought he was. I thought he was for some reason. Maybe not. Maybe he fights Rakic, but Ulberg, I don't want to see him fight for the title anyway, so I'm not mad at that, guys. Have you heard of Donald Duck is coming back to fight in the White House? Dude, I have heard that. And to be honest, again, I would not get my hopes up, but it seems pretty legit, bro. It seems pretty legit that at least that's his plan as of right now, is for John Jones to fight at the White House. But Dana White isn't too confident in that. John will be so annoying if that happens. Dude, if Tom Aspinall loses ever, John's going to be annoying. TKO is ruining the UFC. Patty's very good, but Ilya has been on a crazy run never seen since Conor McGregor. Dude, yeah. Yeah. Ilya does not look like he's going to lose anytime soon. Maybe ever. Maybe ever. If Sandhagen loses, we need him versus Sugar. Valid. That's valid. Dude, O'Malley said he already has a fight. Not booked, but he said he already has an opponent. I don't know if he said date. But Sean O'Malley seems to be fighting by the end of the year. So that leaves me to question, guys. Look, so we got these 3 fights for 320. Hopefully we can get 2 more bangers for the main card. But 321, okay? Keep in mind, this is Abu Dhabi, Aspinall versus Gane. Is there potentially a Sean O'Malley versus Umar Nurmagomedov fight going to be on this card? I think that's possible, man. Now, would I be hyped to see that fight? Absolutely. But I would rather see both of them go different routes. I would like to see O'Malley back in the win column, and same for Umar. You kind of eliminate one of them right there. But it'd still be a sick fight. That could be a banger co-main event. I might even be more excited in that fight than Aspinall Gane. Guys, I was kind of starting to think we might see Aspinall versus Pereira because Alex Pereira is weighing in at 246 pounds right now. So yeah, there's that. Hot take: these fights are kind of mid. I have no interest. You have no interest in Ankalaev versus Pereira too. Rob will just easily maul Corey. Yuri versus Khalil is good though. You know what? I can see what you're saying. The thing is, they're 3 banger fights, but I agree with you that they're not like fights that I'm super, super pumped for. Like, I'm way more excited for Hamzat versus DDP than Aspinall Gane and Ankalaev Pereira too. I see what you're saying, but they're still bangers, bro. They're still bangers. Yuri wins by ancient Japanese ninja flying air extension to the face. Dude, Yuri's not losing, guy. Dude, Yuri Prohaska has not lost to anybody in the UFC that is not named Alex Pereira. That trend will continue, man. I'm ready to see the odds. I'm ready to see the odds on these fights. Aspinall is going to be the favorite. I'm not going to be surprised if this line's kind of close. You know what, Aspinall, I believe him. He'll probably be in the -2 to 300 range, to be honest. I don't see a world where Gane's the favorite, even though, man, people forget Cyril Gane was the favorite against John Jones, man. Just throwing that out there. And then early odds for Ankalaev Pereira. Ank is going to be the favorite this time. It was close. I still think Magomed might be like a -200 at max. At the most, -225. I think he'll be anywhere from a -200 to like a -170. I don't think he's going to be a massive favorite because of the power, the experience of Pereira. Merab versus Corey. Merab's going to be a favorite. I'm guessing -400. Yuri versus Roundtree, I think, will be close. I honestly think Yuri should be a slight favorite, though. I think Yuri should be like a -150. Something like that. What y'all think? What's your honest opinion on DDP versus Hamza? My honest opinion is that Hamza Chimaev is too good. He's a generational talent and that he's going to go out there and finish Dricus du Plessis within the first 3 rounds, 2.5 rounds. A late finish for Hamza is very, very difficult, especially against Dricus du Plessis. The thing about DDP, though, is, again, I'm not counting out Dricus du Plessis. I have in the past. I counted him out against Robert Whittaker, and he proved me wrong. I didn't count him out, but I thought that Izzy was going to beat Dricus as well. And DDP shocked the world again, or shocked me at least. But yeah, there's a world where Dricus wins. Dricus is just like I've noticed he's very, very strong for the weight class, bro. He's unusually strong. You can see that in the clips. He completes takedowns and get-ups by no footwork, no technique. He just overpowers guys. What's up, UFC Goon? What is going on, bro? But yeah. But Hamza Chimaev's a different level of grappler. I still think he's going to be stronger than Dricus. I think it's going to be close, man. I think Hamza is going to, the whole narrative is, can Dricus du Plessis survive the early storm? It's not ridiculous. I wouldn't pick this if it does go all 5, but it's not ridiculous for Hamza Chimaev to still be winning the fight later in the fight, man. People act like Hamzat's a one-and-done fighter, which he does slow down, but it's the way he fights. I'm curious to see his game plan, though. This is a 5-rounder. I'm curious to see if he tries to change his style. I don't think he should. But yeah, I'm interested in that for sure. Adrian, what's up? Patrick just dropped the bombshell of new fights. Facts, guys. 320 looks like a banger. I'm just hoping there's no pullouts, guys. Expect 1 to 2 pullouts already on this card. Dude, if UFC 319, let's look at 319 real quick. Which is also, like we said, September is going to have no pay-per-view, but we've got a fight night in Paris, I believe. Yeah, Paris. Imavov versus Baralho. Banger. And then the following week, Lopez versus Silva, another banger. And then we got a Perth fight night to cap off the month of September. So no pay-per-view in September, but we have banger fight nights. And then October, man, we've got Ankalaev Pereira UFC 320 fight night in Vancouver, Canada. Guys, listen, I'm going to say this right now. We have 320 and 321 in October. Expect this pay-per-view in Canada to be headlined by Jessica Andrade or something like that, man. Rose Namajunas. We're getting a women's main event, guys. We're not getting, they've spoiled us enough Go ahead and expect the rest of these fight nights to be women's MMA, all right? That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say, bro. But yeah, let's look at 319 real quick. 319, we have Duplessis versus Chimaev. This is, first of all, one of my most anticipated fights of the year. And people are hating on the card, man. If this, look, there's a co-main that says to be determined that they showed on the broadcast. If we get a good co-main, even a decent co-main, this could be one of the best cards of the year. We got Dricus Duplessis versus Hamza Chimaev. Great headliner. You don't even need a good co-main, to be honest. I don't think they'll look to book a Patty Pimblett or a big name, to be honest. But we got Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates. I'm so glad they rebooked that fight. Cannonier versus MVP is it's all right. We got MVP, so we got some name value. And then Tim Elliott versus Kaya Sakura. Expect a highlight reel knockout from Kaya Sakura. But if they can add a co-main event, this will be a very, very, very good pay-per-view. Unc MMA, what's good? Me and Casual go way back 2002. People forget, man. Facts. What's up, man? Prediction for Ankalaev Pereira rematch. Man. Man, oh, man. Where do I begin? I hope Pereira wins, man. But I think big Ankalaev, I think Ank is going to knock him out, bro. I think Ankalaev is going to finish the fight this time. I really do. I think we're going to see improvements from Pereira, but Ankalaev's such a good counter striker. I think Ankalaev's going to win, man. Maybe my prediction changes. I think Ankalaev's the better fighter. Pereira did so good at stuffing the takedowns. So you think, he'll be more ready to just let his hands go on the feet, which I hope he does. But it also opens up some opportunities for Ankalaev to counter-strike as well. I'm going with Ankalaev right now. It's not a casual take to pick Pereira. I'm not saying none of that, but right now I'm going Ankalaev. Hamza either win by submission earlier or gets knocked out in round 4. Valid. I'm going to go to 319, but the tickets costed me my house. Dude, I just looked at the tickets today, Adrian, and yeah. Dude, the cheapest I saw was like 600. 600 USD, man. I'm thinking about going to 320, though. Guys, I'm thinking about going to 320. I know we just got back. I was just in New Orleans. But man, dude, going to UFC Fight in person is so addicting, dude. If you've never been, first of all, after the stream, y'all check out my vlog video for 318 that I just posted. But, what was I saying? Oh, but, yeah. I forgot what I was saying, but y'all understand it. Where's JDM Islam then Madison Square Garden? I believe so. I believe that's what we're going to see. Sorry, guys. I got to catch up on these chats. My fault, gang. And then Cash will take move to a farm in Arkansas. I know him and Unc were neighbors when they were little kids. Facts. Me and Unc used to play in the neighborhood, man. We used to play World Cup, football, wiffle ball, you name it. Neil stops Bomtez. Oh my gosh. Dude, that's a banger fight, dude. Especially knowing what we know now or seeing Prates get, I don't want to say dominated, but kind of sort of dominated by Ian Gary. That makes that fight a little bit more interesting. Jeff Neal and Carlos Prates. That's a good fight, man. That's a good fight. I would bet the house Merab mauls Corey. I think he's going to beat him as well. I think Corey does pose some threats that maybe, Merab hasn't really faced before. But, yeah, I'm not picking against Merab right now against anybody, to be honest. Not against anybody. As a British fan, I do not care if the rest of the card is trash. I have to stay up to watch Aspinall fight. MMA will ruin my life, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I did see, guys, let me know if I'm the only one that thinks this, but I kind of wish Ankalaev Pereira and the Aspinall Gane fight were flipped. I wish Ankalaev was fighting Pereira in Abu Dhabi and Aspinall was fighting in Vegas I want to see Aspinall fight on a very stacked card that's going to get eyes on him. And that's, I want Tom Aspinall to reach this level of superstardom that he's not at right now. I believe they will stack the Abu Dhabi card because they always do. But I wish Ankalaev was fighting in Abu Dhabi. I've heard something that Aspinall requested to fight in Abu Dhabi because somebody said it was closer to his home or something. Maybe the time zones are more on par, but I don't know. I wish they were flipped, man. I want to see Ankalaev fight in Abu Dhabi because we know it's not going to be Islam. YouTube vid was crazy. Y'all go subscribe. Facts. Jersey Flow, what's good? What's good? All right. Let's see. Ankalaev's boxing clears. I can see Pereira getting taken down this fight also. He would dismiss the grappling in training because he defended the first fight, so Unk will get takedowns and outbox him. I like that take, Unk. See, Unk's a real bad man. He's a real hardcore man. Yeah, I think, you see, Pereira's going to be willing to let his hands go more. Like I was saying, like Unk is saying, it's going, it sounds good on paper, but it's going to open more opportunities for Ankalaev as well. And the counter striking also with the takedowns. So yeah, I want to see that fight go to the ground. I want to see Pereira off of his back against Ankalaev, man. Hi, Unk MMA. I love you, Unk. You're the best MMA YouTuber ever. All right, Unk's second best, man. Gosh, play 1A, 1B, man. 1A, 1B. I'm about to drop some hardcore money on Hamzat. Yeah, I'm going Hamzat, bro. I'm going Hamzat. MSG got to be JDM Islam. It's going. I believe that's what they're targeting, at least, unless something goes wrong, unless somebody gets hurt or something. That's what we're gonna see. So I'm wondering, Volkanovski's got to fight as well. I really just genuinely don't think they have an opponent for Volkanovski right now. I don't think they have a plan. So I think, you know what? This is what I'm gonna let y'all in on some insider information. So Movsar Evloev versus Aaron Pico was supposed to go down this weekend, right? The fight got canceled. I think that really screwed up the UFC's plans because I think if Movsar Evloev would have beat Aaron Pico this weekend, which I think he would have, I think they would have turned Movsar around very quickly, and maybe he would have been on UFC 320 potentially. But I think that the UFC was planning on Evloev fighting Pico and then turning him around later this year to fight Volkanovski. But now their plans are kind of ruined. I don't know if they're rescheduling Pico versus Movsar, but I don't know, man. Volkanovski, he'll probably be on Madison Square Garden card with JDM and Islam. That's what I had to guess. That's what I'm guessing. This might be one of the best years for UFC. That's all I'm saying, man. Just go ahead and be prepared for at least one big fight to get canceled, all right? At least one. At least one. I hope not, but what do you think of Kenneth Okoye's takes on Izzy? I know he's an Izzy Glazer. I'm also a fellow Izzy Glazer, but he takes it to the extreme. Yeah, I mean, you can tell. The thing is, obviously, shout out to all the content creators, man. This is real hard work, man. But he voices his opinion. Okoye, says what he believes, but you cannot tell me there's no bias in what he says and what he preaches, man. I've seen his videos before. He has some good hardcore takes. I will say he's actually seems to be pretty good at predicting fights correctly, but you can tell he has severe bias towards Kamaru Usman, Israel Adesanya, Francis Ngannou. But not only that, the Muslim fighters, the Dagestani fighters, the Russian fighters in general. It's very evident, man. He doesn't even try to hide it. Ankalaev has crazy overrated wrestling. Just because he's Dagestani doesn't mean he can wrestle. What is your opinion on the people thinking and will wrestle, and how does it go down? I just had an aneurysm trying to read that, but hold on. You think Ankalaev's wrestling is overrated? Okay. Maybe. Ankalaev is not this he really is not this elite wrestler. I agree with that, but nobody in the light heavyweight division is an elite wrestler. Magomed Ankalaev is probably still the best wrestler in the division. I think he's got good wrestling. I don't think it's elite. So I agree with that in a way. But yeah, how does it go down? I think Ankalaev wins. I think that Pereira, like Unk MMA said, y'all shout out Unk MMA, bro. Y'all go subscribe to his channel. But like he said, he thinks that Ankalaev or Pereira is going to be, not worried about the takedowns this fight because he proved that he can stuff them. And that might open up more takedowns, man. But he might be more confident on the feet. I think Ankalaev's going to mix it up well. I think he's going to knock him out, bro. That's my official prediction. As of right now, of course, it can change. We got, 4 or so weeks? I'm going Ankalaev right now. Brain says Hamza gets the early sub. The thing about Hamza and Dricus is they're both phenomenal. And how do you bet against either one of them right now? I don't think anybody beats Hamza Chimaev at his best. I hope he's healthy, man. I hope he stays healthy. I hope that fight does not fall through. Volk should fight Rodriguez. I don't like that fight, man. 1 fight win streak. He's 1-2 in his last 3. Either Movsar isn't injured the same way Tatiana Suarez was injured, but fought the champ 2 months later, or it's rebooked. Yeah. I could see them rebooking it for 319. I haven't heard any news on that. I just heard it was a pullout. I don't even know what happened. You look like a less melanted version of Unk. I don't know what somebody break that down, man. I'm the one getting the vocab lesson today, guys. No, I don't know that word melanted, but thank you, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Yair doesn't deserve a title shot. He should have fought Diego. Facts. Oh my gosh. I got to do some research on these fights. I got to put out a prediction for the fights this weekend. But guys, I will say, you know what? Let me pull up the Abu Dhabi fight card. Y'all said, do I have Bryce Mitchell or Saeed? I kind of want to go Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell's let me down in the past, but I don't know, man. I got to do some real film study on this one, okay? I don't know who I want to pick in the main event yet, guys. These are not official predictions yet. Whitaker versus the Riddler. I want to lean towards Whitaker, but dude, sneaky feeling that this feels very nostalgic to Dricus du Plessis. Jan versus McGee, I think is going to be a sneaky good fight, but I'm going Jan. I'm guessing this is a 3-rounder. Jan decision, probably. Shar Magomedov, Marc-Andre Barriault. Shar is going to get a KO here. Asu Almavayev versus Jose Ochoa. Almavayev's taking this one, guys. This is the fight I'm really, really eyeing, okay? Nikita Krylov just got knocked out bad by Dominic Reyes, right? Is Bryce Mitchell not on the... Why is this fight not on the main card? Dude, they could scrap this. They need to switch these two. Almavayev. Why is this fight on the main card over Saeed and Bryce Mitchell? What? That didn't make any sense, bro. But I would flip those two. But the thing about this, Nikita Krylov's coming off a nasty Conor McGregor-esque knockout against Dominic Reyes, man. The Dominic Reyes title run is real. But that was in, what, April? So we're talking April, May, June, July. 3 months to recover from a brutal, brutal knockout, and he's back in training camp. Less than 3 months to recover. I don't like this, man. Against a power puncher in Bogdan Guskov. Also, Nikita Krylov is the favorite. They don't have the odds here, but I got to do some more film study, man. I mean, Nikita Krylov probably going to try to get this fight to the ground if I'm guessing. So I need to do more film study on Bogdan Guskov's ground game, but this feels like a Guskov KO, man. Nikita Krylov seems like he's rushing it. That's how I feel about it. He must have really wanted to be on this card. What do y'all think, man? Melanated, as in melanin of skin. I appreciate you, Alec. Appreciate the breakdown right there. Appreciate the breakdown. That's funny, man. But yeah, right now I'm leaning, for those of y'all asking, right now I'm leaning Bryce Mitchell kind of. I'm ready to see how that weight cut looks. I don't think he was a massive featherweight, but I don't know. We like Nerdhagen. I love Corey Sandhagen, but I cannot physically pick against Merab right now. Arnold Allen says he's fighting Rodriguez. So what would that leave for Volkanovski then? Is Volk just going to take his time? Maybe his team's really trying to get him to take his time since he's old now, recover, and then hit camp. So maybe they are. I really think they really want Movsar to lose, I think. But if Movsar does win, I think they're going to try to flip him around later this year and have him fight Volkanovski. I really do believe that. I don't know how severe his injury is. Max versus Armand is the fight to make. I'm going to make a video on that tomorrow, actually, Sam. That's not a bad shout, bro. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to make a video basically matchmaking and clearing up the lightweight division tomorrow. Hopefully we can have that out tomorrow. Well, yeah, there's some interesting matchups to make now that Max Holloway's in the mix. Do you think Donald Duck comes back to fight Aspinall on the White House event? If it happens, I'm going to say yes. Right now, I'm going to say yes. But don't get your hopes up. You know, John Jones is deep down. He's hoping that Aspinall loses the belt by then. He really is. But I think John Jones might actually come back and fight at the White House. I have a feeling he said he was going to fight for the title. He did say that, but his word is not always true. I kind of had a feeling we could see John Jones fight just a random somebody that's not named Aspinall, honestly. I don't know, man. I don't know. Just watch your UFC 318 vlog. I also was there. God, when Dustin had his speech and it's all about video tribute, dude. That event on paper was not good, but dude, that I had more fun at that one than this one. UFC 318 in New Orleans was a banger. The main event was really fun. Costa beat up Kopylov, dude. It was banger, bro. The place was rocking when Dustin pulled that ghillie, bro. Oh my gosh. I got Whitaker. It's a big jump from Bo Nickel. That's very true. I think the Riddler's way too big for Whitaker. Ah, dude, I don't know. I really hope Robert Whitaker wins this fight because if he does not, bro, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. He might think about retirement, bro. I'm not even joking. Not saying if he loses, he's gonna retire on the spot, but if he does, he's gonna think about it being very soon. I can see that. I can see that. Guskov's weakness is the ground. Okay, that could explain the odds. I gotta do more film study. I know he got I think he got submitted by Volkan Oezdemir, I believe. But yeah, 320 shaping up to be a banger. Back end of the year has me hyped. That's what I'm saying, bro. The UFC saving the year with the second half, bro. The Riddler's next champ, I think, after DDP versus Hamzat. DDP versus the Riddler's so good. Such a good fight. Tom Aspinall's the best heavyweight in the world. Behind who? John Jones. Aljo is crazy underrated at featherweight. I agree. Very, very. Ooh, dude, imagine where we'd be if Aljamain Sterling would have beat Movsar Evloev. Think about that one, bro. We'd be, potentially getting an Aljamain Sterling Volkanovski fight at the end of the year. Possibly Max versus Hooker. That's not a bad fight. Do you think Connor's coming back for White House? It's funny that Jones and Connor both want to fight at the White House, and as of right now, the two most unreliable fighters on the roster. Connor, I think he's going to try. I don't know how confident I am in that, though. I think he genuinely wants to, though. I do. This is a once in a lifetime thing, once in a lifetime opportunity. Max versus Charles makes the most sense. I think I agree with you. Arman Saruki needs to get booked, man. Like now, he needs to be on the Abu Dhabi card. I don't want to see him sitting out till next year, bro. He has not fought since what, UFC 300? Oh my gosh, bro. You think Arman beats Ilya? You know what? I said this before the Ilya Charles fight. I think it's close. I'm going to lean towards Ilya like 55%, though. Arman Sarukian is a better grappler than Charles. He's not going to, he's not going to be content sitting there striking with Ilya Taporia. He's not. He's going to be relentless. If he can't get a takedown, which I think he will be able to take down Ilya, if he can't get it the first time, he's going to be relentless. Arman versus Gaethje, Max versus Charles, Hooker versus Pimblett. Ilya waits for Arman or Gaethje. Dude, please don't give Gaethje a title shot, man. I think the UFC is going to kind of do Gaethje dirty. Gaethje just said something today about he's not fighting Paddy Pimblett. He said if the UFC really wants to make that fight, I guess the UFC doesn't need me anymore. I think the UFC is just kind of going to be like, okay, we don't really need you. I think we might get that. I don't think Dana White's going to, feel bad for him and give him a title shot. I don't know, man. I don't think we will. Unless Ilya really, really desperately wants to fight this year in December and they need an opponent, it's possible, but I don't see it. Oh, Gaethje versus Hooker. I hope that fight gets rebooked, honestly. That's a good fight. Bones versus Poatan if Alex loses versus Ank. I can see this, Joey. I can see that, bro. I could see that being I could see that happening at the White House, bro. The thing is, that would be like, it's a legacy fight, I guess, but at the same time, I'm not gonna act like I wouldn't be, I don't care about that fight at all. I would be kind of excited, but it makes 0 sense for both of them. Neither, not even a belt on the line. Yeah. Charles versus Hooker because he's coming off getting slept and Hooker had been injured. Patty versus Justin and Max versus Arman Sarukian. Dude, there's so many possibilities, man. There is. The thing is, I wonder if the UFC is going to try to protect Paddy Pimblett. Because what I think they might do, I don't know. They don't care about protecting Arman Sarukian, but they want Paddy Pimblett to fight for the title next if they can. Watch Aspinall somehow get KO'd after all the John Jones stuff, dude. Don't even speak that. Just let Ilya fight any of them now, facts. Let's see. Gaethje got named by Islam and Ilya's guys they wanted. I believe Ilya said that he didn't want to fight Gaethje. I believe. I think he said he did not deserve it. Who wins? Wait, disrespect is crazy. Max versus Charles, Hooker versus Justin, Ilya versus Armand, Patty versus Gamrot. Cousin Gamrot, man, people forget. Gamrot beats Patty, man. Cousin Gamrot beats Patty, bro. Dude, you know how mad the UFC would be if Gamrot knocked out Patty Pimblett? Or not even knocked him out, just beat him and knocked him out of title contention? They would be sick. They would be sick. If Jan loses, I'm jumping off a cliff. Facts. Jan, it's like his fight doesn't make any sense, bro. It's going to be a good fight, but it makes no sense. Who wins, Gaethje or Patty? I got Patty. Or Gaethje versus Arman? I got Arman. I think they're both terrible matchups for Gaethje. Gaethje is salty because he earned a shot by knocking out Dustin, but then they pushed hard for him versus Max for BMF when he really didn't want that. Then he lost, and now he's salty because he feels wronged. Yeah. See, the thing is, like, from his perspective, I understand his point, but at the same time, that's the business, bro. The thing is, if Gaethje would not have accepted the fight versus Max, first of all, he would not have got put on that highlight reel knockout. But Gaethje would have been fighting for the title at UFC 302 2 events later. Y'all remember when Dustin Poirier stepped in to fight Islam? That could have been Gaethje if he would not have taken this Max Holloway fight. So, like, he did do the UFC a favor. He says that they were begging. They came to his house begging that he fights Max Holloway. Maybe, but that's part of the game, bro. How are you going to sell a fight when Justin Gaethje just got knocked out brutally 2 fights ago? And then you beat Rafael Fiziev on short notice. He would have beat Dan Hooker. I think there's more of an argument, but he didn't. But still, I'm tired of these one-fight win streaks just guaranteeing a title shot, bro. Come on. Armand's in the doghouse. Poirier and Charles got undeserved title shots. Give Gaethje his. Hate these undeserving title shots. This one sucks because there's so many. The thing about Gaethje, okay, Gaethje does not deserve it. How can you now that Max Holloway just beat Dustin Poirier, how can you argue that Gaethje has earned it over Max? There's zero argument. There's zero solid argument for Gaethje now. There's not. He beat Poirier, sure. So did Max. And what else did Max do? Max beat you and knocked you out badly. So yeah. Hooker versus Gaethje gets so slept on. Absolute war. Yeah, dude. I was at UFC 313, man. Super excited for that fight. It got canceled, man. And that would have been so fun. That would have been so fun. But luckily Gaethje versus Fiziev was a great fight as well. Who do you want to see at the White House? Who do I want to see? I mean, it's hard not to say Jones Aspinall. That's what I want to see. And the thing is, especially a year from now, think about this, guys. July 4th is a year from now. So think about how much better potentially even Tom Aspinall will look. You know, how much more we'll know about him a year from now. He might get 2 or 3 fights by then. And John Jones is going to be out of the game for another year, only getting older. Tom Aspinall might be a big favorite if they actually run that fight. Hooker versus Patty, Armand versus Ilya, then Ilya versus Patty. I like this. Patty Hooker is not a bad fight. The thing is, especially, dude, the thing with Max, I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks this, but I want the BMF title to get put to the side, bro. I don't want to see Max Holloway, just constantly defending this BMF title. Just let him fight a number 1 contenders fight potentially. If he fights Charles Oliveira, you don't have to put the BMF on the line. Charles just got knocked out badly in his last fight. But Max versus Oliveira is a sick fight though. It is. Maybe Armand versus Hooker for Perth main event. Ooh, see Begley that's low-key a good shout, bro. When was that? Was that August? Or was that September? Oh, when was that, bro? That's not a bad idea at all. That's not a bad idea, bro. Hooker headlining Perth? Okay, so that's at the end of September. September, October, November, December. Here's the thing, guys. Ilya Topuria said that it's kind of been taken out of context. If I'm not mistaken, Ilya Topuria said that if the UFC wants me to, I will turn around and fight in December. I don't know if that's going to happen, guys. I'm not expecting Ilya Topuria to push and be like, I need to fight in December. So maybe, I like this idea, low-key. Perth, Australia, main event, Dan Hooker versus Arman Sarukian. And then the thing is, if Hooker wins that fight, that messes up everything. But Armas Sarukian, if he wins this at the end of September, depends on how much damage he takes. But maybe he could turn around and fight like Ilia Topuria in January or February. Because Joshua Van and Pantoja also want to fight in December. Also, we got like Amanda Nunes versus Kayla Harrison that potentially want to fight this year. Maybe that could, you know what? And then we got Volkanovski, man. It was just a bunch of fights to make this year. Maybe they can just stack the rest of every single card like 320. Hot take, Ilya won't fight Max again. He's not interested in rematches. He wants a new challenge every time. I don't mind that take, bro. I don't think Ilya's jumping up and down saying, yes, let's fight Max again. Unless if Max, goes out there and wins another one, I think they will make the fight. But, I mean, yeah, like, Max looks great at 155. I'm still not picking him to beat Ilya. I think Armas Sarukian has a better chance. It's a fresh name. Great name to put on your resume. Very good name. Max versus Patty. Dude, low-key Max versus Patty, although I don't think the UFC is going to do this because I think they want to protect Patty. I really do. But if Max versus Patty gets booked, bro, that's a good fight. I like the idea. I like the idea of still the older fighters against the younger fighters. But the thing is, Max is not washed. It's not a Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, which Dustin was not washed, but, out of their prime at least. Max Holloway's, I think he's the best he's ever been. I said this before the fight. Max Holloway's in his prime. So, like, if Paddy Pimblett were to beat Max, nobody can make the argument, well, okay, he beat an older Max Holloway who's not good. Max just dominated Dustin. Also just dominated Gaethje in his last lightweight fight. But yeah, Max versus Patty is a very, very sick fight. I think Max Holloway gets it done too. But like, I can see a world where Patty wins that. But Charles versus Max is sick as well. Charles versus Gamrot. Give Gamrot a big fight, bro. Do not give him Ludovic Klein. Do not give him an unranked fighter. Give Gamrot a step up. Give him a top, 7 contender. He beat Dan Hooker, by the way. Gamrot beat Hooker, bro. People forget, man. Ngannou versus Aspinall or Jones versus Aspinall. Which would I rather see? I'd rather see Jones still. I would still rather see Jones. Is Gamer Guy cousin Gamrot? That is, bro. I wasn't trying to dox him, but yeah, Gamer Guy is cousin Gamrot, my flesh and blood. You know what? There, you heard it here first, man. Gamrot is in the chat. Chandler and Connor should just both roid up and duke it out. They should do that. For UFC White House, bro, just no USADA. Just no drug tests or anything. Just let everybody bulk up, get on steroids, and let's let everybody fight. Justin beat Fiziev, then Fiziev lost the Gamrot. Then Justin beat him again. And Justin thinks that warrants a title shot. Fiziev was on a 3-fight losing streak. Yeah. Justin's he's a little, I think he's, maybe he's developing CTE from the knockout with Max Holloway. Max 50-44's Patty. He could. What is the name of person that entertains kings? I don't know, bro. Dustin got a title shot losing to Justin, then Frawcheck Benoit. How do you like this parlay? Uh-oh. Mitchell, Shara, Jan, Whitaker, DeRitter over 2.5. Look, man. Look. I'm going to dive into more film study. I'm going to have an official predictions video for that fight card. Maybe Thursday or Friday. Maybe, hopefully Thursday. Hopefully we can get out Thursday. But yeah. It's actually 50-42 if you actually watch the Fluke video. Hey, shout out Road to Real, man. W Row. Max is still evolving. However, you can see his chin getting worse in real time. He looks great, but you can tell he doesn't take shots as well. He's in his prime. His chin isn't. I think that's valid. The thing is, he did. If you go, I rewatched the fight already. Max versus Dustin. He got clipped on like the temple, like above the ear, behind the ear, which dropped him. And Dustin had him legitimately hurt. But at the same time, when Dustin was cracking him on the chin, Max was eating them. He got hit with a big right hand. He got hit with some other good shots on the chin. And he looked, the thing is, yeah, I don't think his chin's the same, the indestructible, but I think it's still there. It's not, he doesn't have a glass chin or anything now, but Gamrot also beat Orman. People forget, man, Gamrot should be fighting for the title next. You know what? Cousin Gamrot versus Ilya, book it, December. Give Gamrot BSD. That's actually low key. That's actually a really fun fight. I'm not even gonna lie. That's a really fun fight. Gamrot BSD. I'd be torn, man. Obviously, I'd ride with Gamrot, but I love BSD too. I have a weird connection with BSD. I don't know, man. He's somebody that I wanted to be great. I wanted him. I'm not gonna say I wanted him to beat Dustin because that's not true, but I wanted him to be legit. I do. We need some newcomers in the lightweight division, more Paddy Pimblets. We need people to replace the old guard like the Charles Oliveras, the Gaethjes, the Poiriers, the Michael Chandlers. Gamrot and Hooker deserve a fight up in the ranks. And don't blow my cover. Who's 319 co-main? We don't know yet. We don't know yet. You can't spell Gamrot without GOAT. That's facts. That is facts. Justin easily could have gotten a title shot after beating Dustin and sacrificed it for UFC 300. He must have got a good payday, bro. That fight made no sense, bro. I remember talking about it before it happened. The fight, it made 0 sense. It was a lose-lose for Justin Gaethje. And yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. RDR 5038, Mario Bautista. Brandon the Diddler versus DDP Diddy. Next, no matter what. Dude, that'd be so funny. Goat Rot destroys Ilya Fax, bro. People forget, man. People forget, man, BSD has a striking defensive chin. BSD just eats shots on his chin, man. He just eats them. Usman Nurmagomedov versus Paddy Pimblett. Dude, imagine. That would actually go crazy. That would go crazy. How old is Usman? Isn't he like 25? I think he's younger than Umar. I think Umar's the older brother. You think Jones deserves a fight on the White House card? Not deserves it, no. But I mean, if he really wants it, he'll get it. That's what I think. There's no way that if Jones really, really pushes for a fight on the White House, Dana White, that's his celebrity crush. Dana White's celebrity crush is John Jones. You think he's going to say no to John Jones, buddy? Nah. Hot take, current Charles beats the brakes off Paddy. That's a fight that I'm also interested in. Charles versus Paddy. They're almost like they're very similar. They're very similar fighters. Right now, Charles. The thing is, I just want to see how he comes up back from that KO. But right now, I think I still would pick Charles to beat Paddy. I think I would. Now, I'm not going to say beat the brakes off of him. But I think I think I would pick Charles, though. I think I would. Maybe Justin should have just beat Max. Just a thought. Yeah, facts. Why did you think of that, bro? Justin. Dude, Gaethje, why did you not think of beating Max Holloway, bro? Could have solved all these problems. I think Dana said he didn't want John on the card, but he would probably backpedal on that. Yeah. He's saying that now. You know what? John's actually like, you know what? I respect it. He's not. John was like, he just doesn't want the event to backfire. And I agree. But I think John really does want to fight on there. But yeah, if John really does want to fight, Dana's not going to say no. He's not. But I do like what Dana's doing. He said he's not going to put John Jones in that position, because he's unreliable to pull out. That's funny, man. That's funny. He's really I know what he's doing, man. I know what he's doing. He's not slick, but he kind of is slick because he's saying all this. All this kind of incentivizes John Jones to be like, okay, I actually want to fight, bro. Give Jones Derek Lewis, then he can fight Tom. Dude, I was thinking that. Imagine they actually made John Jones versus Derek Lewis at the White House. Who do you think is the next fighter to throw a chair at a bus? Who's a crash out, bro? Should we do that biggest crash outs in the UFC? Who would be likely to throw a chair at a bus like Connor? Dude, Marvin Vettori. I could have seen a Marvin Vettori moment before the Brendan Allen fight. I could see him being the type of guy to grab a chair and throw it at a bus. If he tried winning, Justin, that's what Dana should tell him, bro. Just that, well, why didn't you beat Max? You should have beat Max, bro. Why didn't you think of that? Yeah, dude, there's an American champion. Kayla Harrison, dude. Yeah. American male champ, Kayla Harrison. You know what? She could be on the card potentially. I could see her in a co-main event slot. I mean, if she keeps winning. But no way. Please do not let her headline. I don't think they will. Too bad. So sad for John Jones. Harrison Hotchers is actually solid. Marab. You know what? When I originally recorded the video, and for whatever reason it would not post. When I built a UFC White House event, if y'all have not checked that out, y'all go ahead and do so. But I originally built it and had the headliner of Merab versus Pantoja. And then, of course, after I was quick to it. It was right after Donald Trump said the UFC is going to go to the White House. I recorded the video. For whatever reason, it did not post, so I had to re-record it. And in the meantime of me re-recording it, Conor McGregor was saying he was going to fight there, and John Jones was saying he was going to fight there. So I edited it. You know, if Jones is out and if Conor's out, Merab versus Pantoja, it's a sick fight. Because Merab's like low-key American. He's not American, but he low-key's American. I think he's an American citizen, but we don't have an American champ besides Caleb, man. Merab would step in. I think he would ask to fight as well. Oh, Phil Jones to not commit crime and stay clean for a year. And he can be on the White House card, but he won't. Yeah. Patty would for sure throw that chair after he gets KO'd by Ilya. Dude, the thing about the Patty Ilya fight, the buildup would be so good, bro. It'd be so good. Who's next for Bo? Bo Nickel? Who did I book him against? I booked him against somebody. I'm gonna pull that up real quick, guys. Hold on, guys. Hold on, gang. Who did I book Bo Nickel against? I made a White House card, a card builder. I tried to be realistic and not go overboard. But let me find it. I'm just gonna mute the audio. But I'm about to pull up this. I'm gonna show y'all my White House card that I built. I see a Lucas Tracy video. Dana White's pathetic low energy announcement, bro. Come on. Dude, I hate how look, I'm not making a knock at anybody, but I hate how some of these MMA content creators just turn everything and make them negative, bro. Everything. There's one in particular, man. I'm not gonna name names, but there's one person in particular that just like doesn't make light of any situation. It can be a great moment for the UFC and just always talking about and pointing out the negatives. And it's kind of sad, bro. All right, here's my matchup for Bo Nickel for those of y'all that were asking. People forget, man, Bilal talked all that trash to not even defend the belt once. Dude, I really wanted to see Bilal versus Ian Gary co-main in Chicago because Bilal's from Chicago, right? But yeah, here's my let me just cover. Oops. Come on. Let me just cover me up with me. What y'all think? This is my matchup for Bo Nickel, guys. Kelvin Gastelum. The thing is, I think Bo Nickel is gonna be Hey, Unc. Come on, bro. But Bo Nickel, I think he's gonna take some time off, and then I think a Kelvin Gastelum matchup's fine. It's low-key a tough fight for Bo Nickel, bro. At this point, it kind of is. I think Bo Nickel would still win, though. But this is my realistic card builder for UFC White House. Open up the card, Bo Nickel, he's gonna be on the card, bro. He's going to be on the card. Bo Nickel will be there. Also, I kind of have a feeling I could see the UFC like shortening up the card. Instead of like a typical 13, 14 fight pay-per-view, I could see them doing like an 8-fight thing or something like that. I could just see that. I don't know, man. I could see them starting it earlier in the day. That way, July 4th, Donald Trump's not staying up past his bedtime, past midnight. But I could see them doing like an 8-fight special or something like that. Like 3 prelims, 5 main card, or 4 and 4, something like that. I could see that. So, Bo Nickel, I expect him to be on the card. Next up, how can you not put Henry Cejudo on the card, man? How do you not put Henry on the card? How do you not, man? Henry Cejudo literally spoke at a Trump rally. Henry Cejudo versus Chito Vera, it's not a fight that I'm, going super excited for, but I mean, it's a decent fight. Decent name value. This is why I put it in that 4th spot. It's a decent fight. I'm trying to be realistic when I was building this White House event, okay? I was. I know what MMA YouTuber you're talking about. Bilal versus Usman. I like that fight too. I just ordered a Kamaru Usman shirt as well, guys. Also, I ordered a Dustin Poirier shirt, man. I got a little carried away, but they were fire. I was shopping on the UFC store, man. dropping a bag. I'm now out of money, guys. So y'all send those donations, guys. I need a $100 donut for everybody in the chat because I just spent all my money at UFC 318. I'm playing, guys. You think Mr. Canelo Hands makes it to the White House card? They're not letting him in, bro. They're not. Best we can do is put you on the prelims, kid. I think Bo fights further down. Some can get again to rebuild his name value. Oh, some can again. I read that wrong. Some can again, yeah. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would try to build him up slowly, especially if I'm Bo Nickel. I would want him to I would want him to get a couple more wins before he starts thinking about the rankings again. To be honest, he's only what is he 7-0? I don't even know if he's that many. He's like 5-0, 7-0, something around there in all his whole professional career. Or he actually 7-1 now. My fault, guys. Cheeto did say "Make America Great Again." This is a good fight to put on there, bro. Unk is getting his viewers up. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all like the stream, by the way. Y'all like the stream. Y'all like the stream. Getting crowded in here. People forget, man, Unk is the real deal. Not letting him in, just like the airport. That's crazy. That is crazy. I did not say that, guys. That was said by Robbie Clint. That was said by Joe Rogan. Yeah, they should let Bo fight like 3 more cans. I agree. You will stream UFC 319. I'm not sure yet, bro. I'm not sure yet. 319, possibly. We'll see. UFC 322, Islam versus JDM. I think it's not confirmed, but it's what they're trying to do. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the next fight. So we got Bo Nickel versus Gastelum, American versus American, and then we got American versus. He's from Ecuador, but I mean Chito Vera, I believe. He's a Trump fan, man. He's a Trump fan. Moving on. I mean, how do you not do this fight? This is a banger, bro. Colby Covington, 100 million trillion billion % will be on the White House card. Colby Covington fighting in front of his celebrity crush. He's going to be on the White House card, bro. Whatever it takes. It doesn't matter if he's fighting some bum. The UFC should leverage him. The thing is, I want to say that Colby Covington said that he wants to fight legacy fights or big names or money fights or something like that. Which Kevin Holland, I cannot believe he just lost to Daniel Rodriguez. But still, this is still we're going to see probably Kevin Holland get 12 more fights between now and next July. But this is a good fight, bro. The trash talk. Yeah, I even talked about in this video. The UFC should do a special press conference in front of the White House, in front of the steps, bro. This trash talk right here would be so good. It would be so good. Brazil, your slump. Bo Nickel versus Roman Kopylov in Madison Square Garden. Dude, I think Roman Kopylov wins that, bro. Even though he low-key just got destroyed by Paulo Costa, bro. But that was a good fight. Dude, they could have did Bo Nickel versus Costa if Bo Nickel would have beat the Riddler. I'm a newbie here, brother, but really enjoy your vids. I appreciate you, Peyton. Hey, y'all like the stream, man. Y'all like the stream. Not going to do a long stream today. What's the question? Colby Covington? How do you not do Colby versus JDM? The thing is, I think Kevin Holland might win this fight, bro. I don't know who wins this fight. I really don't know who wins this. Because Kevin Holland is so hard to predict. He's on my ban list. I don't know if I'm picking him ever again. I picked him to finish D-Rod. He tried to in the 3rd round, but dude, what a fight, by the way. What a fight. But dude, D-Rod just sent Kevin Holland on a stretcher to the hospital. What are we doing? What are we doing, Kevin? I thought you were locked in. I thought he was, going to make a little run at 170. I guess not. I guess not, man. It's true. You got the best UFC YouTube shorts. I appreciate you, bro. But this is my feature fight on the card. Colby versus Kevin. And then this. All right, guys. Sorry about the ad, man. Sorry about that. This fight would have been so good. The thing is, Roundtree, this fight's still not off the table, but Roundtree just got booked. For those of y'all that don't know, Khalil Roundtree is fighting Yuri Prohaska at UFC 320 in October. I think he's going to get knocked out. So, that low-key can kind of set up this fight, especially if Reyes gets another win. If Reyes gets another win, though, we might see him fighting for the title next year, bro. If Roundtree loses to Yuri, which I think he will, he'll probably take some time to recover by October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Well, that's 8 months, maybe. But Reyes versus Roundtree is it's a fun co-main. I mean, it's not. I was trying to be realistic. I think the card might even be better than this that I made. because I made this a couple weeks ago. But yeah, Reyes versus Roundtree. It's not a jumping out of my seat, jumping for joy. Co-main, unless he keeps winning and he keeps winning. It's a true number one contenders fight. But at this point, guys, looking at my main event, you don't need a banger co-main event. You don't even need another fight. You got McGregor to sell the pay-per-views. So the thing is, going back to Reyes though, I think he's going to get a good fight next. He just beat Nikita Krylov. He's going to fight either a Carlos Ulberg. He's going to fight either a Alexander Rakic. I think that's a good fight. Something like that. Jamal Hill potentially. I can see them making that fight. Definitely no Mexicans on the White House card. Someone give this man YouTube Premium. Reyes versus Carlos Ulberg in Perth. Ooh. Ooh, dude, they could do something with the Perth card for sure. If Dan Hooker, I want to see Dan Hooker on the card, man. Khalil Yuri, a banger, however long it lasts. Yeah, it is a good fight. I'm going with Yuri Prohaska, bro. I'm riding with my dog Yuri. I want to go to that fight so bad. I want to see Yuri Prohaska in person. But the thing is, I was not planning on 100%, but I was thinking, you know what? If Ilia Topuria really does fight in December in Vegas, I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go try to see Ilia Topuria in person. That's a fighter that, he's not McGregor level, but he's kind of close in a way. At least in terms of talent, I think he's better. But I don't want Ilia Topuria's career to go by, him retire, and I'm like sitting there like, dude, I should have went and watched him live. So if I can, I want to go see Ilia Topuria fight. I would love to go to MSG as well. Guys, I'm not just, I don't just have all kind of money, but dude, the thing is, I went to my first event this year in March at UFC 313, and I'm addicted. I'm hooked, bro. If you have not been to an event, bro, you got to go. If you have the funds, you got to go. Even if it's a fight night, bro. As long as it's not, some Rose Namajunas versus Jessica Andrade main event. But dude, 318 was so fun. This one was a lot of fun too. It's a 7-hour event. It goes by fast. It's awesome. The atmosphere is great. But dude, Reyes needs to complete the redemption arc facts. The thing is, I was kind of scared that they might potentially do Reyes versus Yuri again. And I was like, dude, if they do that, the title run ends here. Yuri's going to knock him out bad again, but they didn't. I'm glad. That would have been torn, too. I would have had to ride with my guy Yuri. But yeah, I want to see Dominic Reyes fight a guy that he might actually beat. And him versus Roundtree, I don't know who wins that, to be honest. I would lean towards Roundtree. But if Dominic Reyes beats like a Rakic or beats an Ulberg, I mean, is he next for the title? Probably so. Probably so. Unless, it depends who wins. If Ankalaev beats Pereira again, which I think he will, and Yuri beats Roundtree, Yuri's going to fight Ankalaev. But if Pereira wins and Yuri wins, maybe we see Yuri get jumped by a Dominic Reyes if he keeps winning. But I don't know. I'm just yapping, gang. Where's Jones versus Reyes 2? Guys, that's what we need. On the White House event, Jones versus Reyes 2. Reyes needs to complete... Oh, yeah, I already read that. Kaikar France versus Kopp in Perth. That's a good fight. Dude, there's no excuse for us not to have a really good main event. A really good fight night main event in Perth. That's what I think. That's what I think, man. But yeah. It doesn't look like the UFC is going to go to Australia this year for a pay-per-view. But they got a fight night. And then, the options, Perth, Australia, Dan Hooker, they could stack it. If they wanted to, they could stack it, bro. Put all of City Kickboxing on there. Even Izzy Adesanya could headline, potentially. I don't think you need him to, though. You could go with who were we talking about earlier? Hooker versus somebody. I don't remember. Maybe it was Armasarukian, but Hooker can be on the card. Ulberg can be on the card. Izzy could be on the card. Kaikar France can be on the card. They're not going to put all 4 of them on there, obviously, but you could make a good main event out of it at least. You could put 2 of them on there. Pretty sure Reyes would send Sweet Dreams into a retirement home, probably so. And it would be awesome to watch. It would be so awesome to watch. I kind of feel bad for Hill though a little bit. He's on a 3-fight losing streak? Got dominated. He didn't just get caught. He got dominated by Roundtree. The weird thing about Reyes is we still don't know where his chin is. He hasn't taken any hard shots, true. Dude, Reyes Reyes was looking like prime Conor McGregor in his last fight. The little pull too. He put him out cold, dude. It looked like McGregor versus Aldo. He's not bad, guys. He's better. He is better. We should get Joe Rogan versus Dana White on the DC card facts. We should get Dana White oiling up as the main event. That's what we need. We need DC to come back. Imagine, let's just do DC versus Jones, the trilogy. Incoming Tuivasa versus Sergey Spivak. Dude, Tuivasa needs to retire, bro. He's like 410 pounds right now, isn't he? Tuivasa is like on my 600-pound life right now. But he needs to start cutting. Yeah, incoming Justin Tafa, Junior Tafa, main event and co-headliner for UFC Perth, man. I mean, how do you not do Justin Tafa in the main event? Also, the Tafa twins are also on my ban list. I'm going to make a whole ban list. I might make that into a video. Like fighters that are on my ban list who I'm never picking again or never betting on again. The Tafa twins are definitely on there. Kevin Holland's probably on there. Who else is on my ban list? Pitbull's on there. Patricio Pitbull's on there. I don't know, man. Reyes out by Roundtree. Stop, bro. Stop. Shout out Hector, bro. W reference. What about Chael Sonnen? You know what? Let's just complete the Ultimate Fighter. How do you not do Chael Sonnen versus DC at the White House? Casual take been lifting weights. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shotgunning beers before going. Let's just get that DC versus Max Holloway matchup we've been waiting for. What y'all think? Would y'all rather see McGregor Chandler or Aspinall Jones to headline the White House? What y'all think? Let's go ahead and get this back up. Is there anything else on the no check card? Let me move this back. Dude, the thing is, I really hope Diego wins this fight. I don't think he will. I think John Silva's too good, bro. I think he is. Now, is he gonna knock out our boy Diego? I don't. Diego's durable, man. Diego is durable. He hasn't fought a puncher like John Silva or even a. Dude, Diego might get finished in this one, guys. Oh, Diego versus John Silva. Great matchmaking, by the way. Fear Diego might be getting finished, man. I think he could. Man. 5 rounds to do so. Hopefully, John Silva just gasses out and Diego takes over. This is the only fight announced so far, it looks like. This is San Antonio, isn't it? Yeah. Ooh, I wonder how expensive these are. That'd be a fun event to go to. But then we got Imavov versus Baralho in Paris. Andreas Gustafsson again versus interesting matchmaking there. Marcin Tybura versus Deji. Okay. Who are the guys? They're really going to the FedEx drivers, man. They're going to grab FedEx drivers off the street. This is what I'm talking about with heavyweight. Heavyweight, literally, if you just have to be 3-2. If you're 3-2 on the regional scene, buddy, here's your UFC contract. Welcome to the UFC, kid. Best I can do is Marcin Tybura. William Gomez, another FedEx driver. Bukowskis, Paul Craig on the friggin' early prelims of a fight night. Mason Jones back in the mix. And the rest are nobodies. That's going to be a good fight, though. Imavov versus Kyle Baralho. I'm leaning towards Imavov right now. I think it'll be a good scrap, though. And then the freaking China card looks good. Look at this dude. Let's see. Walker Zhang Yang. That's a good fight. I think. I don't see the odds yet. Oh, I forgot about this matchup. Ortega versus Aljo. That's going to be fun as well. Pavlovich versus Cortez Acosta. This is a good fight. This is a good fight night, bro. Song Kanan versus Kiefer Crosby. Michelle Pereira versus Marco Tulio. I'm a big fan of Marco Tulio, guys. I'm a big believer in Marco Tulio. This is a good fight. Loner Kavanaugh, Charles Johnson, good fight. Sumer Darji's on the card, man. This is a good fight night. Elise Aver. I haven't even looked at all these guys. Perez, Urseg. Oh, I forgot he's stepping in. Usyk, please be Alex Perez, bro. You better be Alex Perez. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Andre Touchy-Feely, Christian Rodriguez. There's some good fight nights coming up, man. We got some things to look forward to at least. We'll see. How do you not put the Tapas on your GOAT list? For Hill's reaction after getting 50-45, that was crazy. Hill versus Blachowicz. Unk versus Washed. Dude, Blachowicz is one of the oldest fighters on the roster. I got to hop off, but love your content again, bro. Keep going. Hope you finish that bingo game soon. I appreciate you, Zach. Hey, like the stream before you go. Aspinall versus Jones, McGregor the co-main. Brock Lesnar versus Ilya Toro to Toro. Does anybody else think John Silva should have one more fight before Diego? On paper, yes, but I think the UFC realizes that they kind of realize how good he is, I believe, and they're trying to push him. The thing is, I don't see John Silva becoming a big star. He tries, but I don't see him becoming a big star, like a superstar. But I don't, dude. I think he's gonna beat Diego, and I think he beats Volk, bro. I think Jean's running on huge momentum. Nervous for Diego Fax. BSD versus Rufy in Paris. Is that confirmed? I've heard rumors of that. But dude, that's a sick fight too. Ooh. Early prediction thinks Rufy knocks him out, but people act like BSD's a can, bro. He's not. He's not. Can't wait for Ruchala debut. Imagine if Connor somehow became president of Ireland and had fights outside of it. That'd be crazy. Cancer State, what's going on? Former Mexican here. Former? Did you say former? That's funny, bro. That's funny. Not gonna lie, I think the UFC should have Max fight Patty, feed him to the wolves. Dude, big shout out Big Play Sports, man. Again, I'm making a video on this tomorrow. Matchmaking the lightweight division, but you don't think that's a bad idea. Don't think that's a bad idea at all. It's a very dude. That's about as good of a co-main event as you can get. That's better than some title fights. It really is. Dude, imagine the hype though. Like, think about the hype. Imagine the perspective change if Patty somehow beats Max Holloway and then goes into an Ilya Topuria fight. The narrative is going to be different, bro. It's going to be different. At least a little bit. I'm sure people will still pick Ilya Topuria, but the narrative is going to be a little bit different, man. Paddy Pimblett's going to be a slimmer underdog. He will. Urseg's fighting some Korean guy now. Oh, he is? Oh, wait. Alex Perez pulled out or something, didn't he? I think that's right. Let you run UFC now? Not today, man. Maybe Thursday. Well, actually, I might run a quiz Thursday. I might run a trivia. We'll see. I got to finish up my school this week, guys. Got to finish up schoolwork, bro. Drop out of school, kids. You know, they tell you to stay in school, guys. Do not stay in school, bro. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Why give Patty a title shot? Who has he beat? Chandler? Exactly. There's no chance they can. I say this, and that the UFC would not surprise me if they did give Patty a title shot next, but like the lightweight division's so good. It's crammed at the top. You cannot give Patty a title shot now. If he wins one more, sure. But you've got Arman Tsarukyan. You've got Max Holloway. You've got even Justin Gaethje. I'd rather see Gaethje get a title shot. I don't know, actually. I would be more excited for a Patty Ilya matchup, but like he does not deserve it yet. If he wins one more, if he beats a Gaethje, if he beats Arman Tsarukyan, if he beats even a Dan Hooker, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. You got 40 people. Wait. Oh, love your stuff. We got to hop off. Shout out Rotate Real. Hey, hit the like button before, bro. Hit the like button before you go, man. You got 40 people. ETA, huh? Now instead of 28. Yes, sir. Hey, we're growing, man. That's all it's about, man. Consistency. Even if it's slow growth is still growth, man. No way the UFC books it, though. I don't think they want to risk Patty's stardom. I agree. I don't think they'll book that either. Yeah, that's what sucks, man. But think about this though. Gaethje is apparently he's made it very clear that he's not going to accept a fight with Paddy Pimblett. So what do you do with Paddy then? Are they going to try to baby him and give him Dan Hooker? Which again, not an easy fight, but a much easier fight than a Max Holloway or a Arman Tsarukyan. So are they gonna do a Paddy Pimblett versus like a Paddy said he wanted to fight in October. Is he gonna wait for December? Maybe? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's either like if Gaethje genuinely does not wanna fight him, what do you do with Paddy? Armas Sarukian? Does the UFC wanna risk that? But if Paddy Pimblett beats Armas Sarukian, it's like, okay, Buddy is legit. Buddy is seriously legit. I mean, or you can say Charles Oliveira. You could say that. The UFC, I think, would be more likely to give him Charles than Arman Sarukian. I don't know. Dude, Arman versus Paddy's a sick fight, though. It is. It is a sick fight. I think Arman wins, though. Give Paddy a title elimination with a top contender. I agree. Slow motion is better than no motion, brother. Facts. Facts. Jan getting the belt back eventually. Maybe so. I don't know if he beats Marab, but he did get 50-45 the first time. But yeah, I think he'll look better in a rematch. And give him Max or Charles, dude. Yeah. I'm gonna have to really think. I'm gonna have to really match make the lightweight division, bro. There's so much different possibilities you could do. You know what? I don't know if I'm gonna go the Gaethje Pimblett route. The thing is, Gaethje is only gonna accept that fight if the UFC offers him a lot of money. If they do that, it's 100% confirmed that the UFC is trying to protect Paddy Pimblett. If they were to, offer Gaethje a fat paycheck, then it's like, okay, they're obviously protecting Paddy Pimblett because why don't they just give him Max Holloway or Charles Oliveira or Arman Sarukian? Because that's such an easier. It's not an easy fight against Gaethje, but it's such an easier matchup than a Arman or Max. Oh, give Max Arman, and then do Paddy versus Justin. The winner of Arman Max, then the winner of Paddy Justin. Dude, Arman Sarukian. I'm scared about him because if he wins a number one contenders fight, or if he wins a matchup, but on the same timeline as like a Paddy wins, they're gonna have Paddy Pimblett jump Arman Sarukian, bro. Arman needs to get booked now. He needs to get booked now. If they can, do whatever you can to get him on 319, make him the co-main event, bro. They won't run 2 cards in October, so they might have to wait until November at least, unless he co-mains. They won't run 2 cards in October. Wait. Oh, they do have 2 cards in October. If that's what you're saying. October has 320, October 4th, and 321 is October 25th. So, yeah. Just had surgery at the perfect time, some banger fights. Oh, shout out D-Mac, man. Hey, prayers out to D-Mac. How'd the surgery go, bro? I saw your text, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to get back to you, bro. But I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. We pushed back the Fortnite stream for you, D-Mac. Shout out D-Mac. Does Joe Pyfer beat Abus Magomedov? Ooh, that's a good fight. That's not a bad matchup for Joe Pyfer. Ooh. Yeah, I think he does. I think he does, but I think it's close. I think it gets close. You should do a video ranking our ideas for the lightweight division. I made fun of UFC skits. Hey, shout out Bloody Gamer, man. Hey, keep grinding, bro. What's your thoughts on the announcements today and them not announcing 319? They don't have an event yet. They don't have a co-main for 319 yet, but I'm happy with the announcements. One thing is, I don't know if it's just me, but I wish that Aspinall Gone was taking place at 320 and Pereira Ankalaev was 321. I wish they were flip-flop, but again, great announcements. 320 looks phenomenal right now. Even if they can add 2 more fights that are decent, this card is going to be potentially best card of the year. One of the best cards of the year, depending on how entertaining these fights are. But this one's going to be a banger. I'm super excited for this fight, man. Super excited. Bloody Gamers on YouTube. Hey, shout out Bloody Gamer, guys. Y'all go check out Bloody Gamer. Pyfer versus Magomedov is booked. Oh, it is booked? Is it actually? How did I miss that? I did not know that. Bet. Surgery went really well, but the nurse that brought me out tried to help helped way too much and hurt my knee pretty bad. Oh, L Nurse, bro, L Nurse. Not gonna lie, Marab as the co-main is criminal. I don't mind it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I figured this would happen. I figured this would happen against Corey Sandhagen because, like, to be honest, Marab tries his hardest to be a big star, but he's not a superstar. This is a hard fight to sell as a pay-per-view. You really have to stack the card. I think it's fine as a co-main. I really wanted them to stack a Tom Aspinall fight card, though. Get Tom Aspinall. I want him to become a superstar. Let him and Marab headline together and have them both try to push both of them into superstardom. That's what I think. That's what I think, bro. Let's see. Bro, Dana on his IG live today was like, "What's the question? UFC 319 coming? Yeah, we got nothing, kid. Best we can do is Marcin Tybor versus Sergey Spivak, kid. Who you got this weekend? Look, I'm gonna put out my predictions probably on Thursday. Hopefully on Thursday. I don't know yet, bro. I really don't know. I'm going back and forth. I want to go to 320 because I should be good by then. Hey, D-Mac, I might be at 322, bro. Not 322, but 320 as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the card, bro. I'm thinking about it hard. I'm thinking about it. We'll have to see the ticket prices, but yo, Casual, I need the hookup on how you make your shorts so I can stop being a short scrub. I got you, bro. Hey, Unk, I'm gonna be real. I don't know if you have TikTok or not, but I I have the filters. I get everything from TikTok, record it in TikTok, post it to my TikTok account, and then it just downloads to my phone, and I post everything straight from TikTok to YouTube. So everything I'm posting on TikTok gets posted on YouTube as well. So there's not any extra editing or anything that goes into it. But yeah, the filters, everything I do is really on TikTok, to be honest. Go to Tapology for unannounced fights. Bet. Bet. Let's do that. Let's do that, bro. I guess I haven't even looked. So we got events. Let's look at UFC 320. Let's do this. We'll see what they got on here. Is that the only other fight? Oh yeah, they do. Joe Pyfer versus Abus Magomedov. I hope this is not main card. Edmund Shabazian versus Andre Muniz. Macy Chasson. Dude, guys, give it up for Macy. She's fighting. Let's go, guys. We have a Macy Chasson fight, bro. Let's go. I gotta go now. I gotta go. No chance this will be a main card fight. I really hope not. And I don't think this will be a main card fight either. This would be a really good prelim. What's it called? Prelim headliner. But yeah, if they really stack this card like top to bottom, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. Let's see. We got to link up, Bet D-Mac. Hey, I'll let y'all know if I go to 320. I'll let y'all know. I made where a reporter asked Dana favorite color. He said John mix of Conor McGregor. That's crazy. Not gonna lie, I hate the cards in Abu Dhabi. Fights at 1 to 2 p.m. just don't hit the same. It is different, bro. But who you smashing? All right, all right, all right. I think Bobby Nux gets it done. I feel like it's too much and too soon for RDR, but RDR got an insane plot armor. It feels very similar to freaking Dricus Duplessis, though. How do you do the split screen where you have a clip at the top and you at the bottom half and half screened? How do you do a clip? Oh, it's I do that on OBS. I don't know if you use OBS, but I use OBS Studio, and I might have had to download it, but I have like a vertical screen that I can edit on. So like in one of my scenes, I have a vertical scene in OBS that I can implement my camera up top and then the webcam and then the what's it called? Other screen on the bottom. Can you give me a UFC skit idea? Hold on, Brody. Hey, is it cool if I check out your channel on stream? Bloody Gamer? Is that cool, bro? Glad Ilya changed La Leyenda. I'm glad he changed it back too. Also, we're gonna end stream soon. Not gonna be on here much longer. Whenever we end stream, if Unk MMA is streaming, y'all go to his stream, all right? But yeah, I'll be on for probably another 15 minutes or so. Bloody Gamer Ilya throwing a hand sanitizer bottle at Patty after KOing him and then getting on the mic saying hand sanitizer, boy. Smash everyone. If you know, you know. Did you do the fight duel today? I did not. But we might run that. You think Char Bullet is overrated? That's one of my most proud predictions, bro, is that people forget, man, MVP was like a plus 180 against Char Bullet, and I was stressing this so heavily that there's no reason that Char Bullet should be the favorite over MVP. He's not going to win. It's a terrible matchup. MVP's too good on the feet. I think he's maybe a bit overrated, yes. But I still think he's good. I do still think he's good. Yes, please. All right, Bloody Gamer. Let me pull up your account. Let me pull up your account real quick, bro. Shout out Bloody Gamer. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. 1 second, bro. 1 second. Bloody Gamer. Is this it? I don't know if this is the account. Let me see. Oh, let me just click on here. Okay, I see it. Hold on, Bloody Gamer. I got you, my guy. I got you. Frick. If my screen will work. All right, we'll just do this. Why not? We'll just do it like this. Are they shorts? Let me see your vids. Let me see your vids. Hey, y'all go subscribe to Bloody Gamer, bro. Frick. Why I keep doing that? There we go. Hey, y'all go sub up to Bloody Gamer, bro. Y'all go sub up to Bloody Gamer. Suspicious amount of Gone fans after Jones versus Aspinall didn't happen. Almost as if some people are preying on Aspinall's downfall. They're probably Jones fans in disguise. Do fight duel. I got mine in 6. All right, I'm gonna do fight duel in a minute. MVP's a tricky matchup for anyone facts. Take a stand on Mozart ducking or you're a fraud. He's not ducking nobody. I don't know the severity of his injury though. Let's see. Hey, keep up the work though. 321 videos. That's good. Keep posting, bro. Keep posting.
Let's go. Best part of the week right here. Saturday night main event. This man. 5 rounds.
Facts, dude. Best part of the week, Saturday night for a good card, man. Best part of the week, bro. But y'all go sub up to Bloody Gamer.
I am making this meeting today because there is a lot of things to talk about with the UFC heavyweight division. Starting with you, John. You know, people call me a duck. I ain't no duck.
Hello, John.
You know, I can sit out on the sidelines. I ain't a duck. I ain't ducking Tom Aspinall, you know?
Not a duck. I just don't want to fight him. It's 2 different things.
Okay,
2 totally different things.
But you fought an old man instead of the new skill, fast, and strength guy that has a very big possibility.
Hey, shut up, Bloody Gamer, bro. We're finna run this fight duel. Y'all go sub up, man. Y'all go sub up. Let's run this fight duel, guys. Let's run this fight duel. Guys will take 2-3 years Dagestan to get about him. Derek Lewis deserves Aspinall. He beat 2 top 5 opponents. Derek Lewis is finna fight. Who should Derek Lewis fight? He called out Waldo Cortez Acosta, I think. So he might get him next, depending on if he beats or loses to Sergey Pavlovich. Maybe he fights Blades again. That's a possibility. But let's do this fight duel. Let's do this fight duel real quick. Let's do this fight duel, bro. Oh, yeah, I forgot they added the guessing by picture. Let's do the fight duel, guys. I'm going to need y'all's help, though. I guess I can. Yeah, we'll just leave it up here. We're going to do the UFC fight duel. All right, guys, guess the fighter. Movzar should never get a title shot in the UFC career. He's a mockery of the sport. Yeah, this is not gonna look good for the UFC, especially UFC already does not want Evloev, near the title. This makes it worse. 6 months, one time you can stream. I think Mozart's overrated. I think he's good, but honestly, I don't think he'll beat Volk. What do you think? I don't think he beats Volk either. I think it actually is a very competitive fight, though. But I trust in Volkanovski's really an underrated attribute about Volkanovski is just the strength. I'm gonna be real. Evolev's crazy strong as well, but I trust in the Volkanovski game plan, the fight IQ, the anti-grappling, and the strength, bro. He's very, very strong for his weight class, man. All right, let's do the guess the fighter real quick. Who should we start it off with? Who should we start it off with? Let's go American. Let's go old American. Um, Older American fighter, guys. Who should we go with? Who should we go with? You know what? I'm gonna go Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I don't know why. I'm just feeling a Wonderboy shout. Okay, not an American fighter. So we've got a fighter older than Wonderboy. Okay, I'm gonna have to throw out a retired Brazilian. He's not a welterweight either. Retired Brazilian fighter, hopefully, because Wonderboy's old, man. Oldest fighter on the roster. So yes, gonna be a retired fighter. Retired Brazilian. We could go just Anderson Silva. Who's another retired Brazilian? I'm just gonna go Anderson Silva. It's a male, right? Yeah, male. Let's go the Spider. Older than Silva, man. Older than freaking Anderson Silva, bro. Um, dude, the chat is so delayed. That's the problem. YouTube is so delayed, bro. He's older than Silva. He's not a middleweight, light heavyweight, or welterweight. So probably a lower weight class guy, but he made his debut after 06. Yeah, after 06. Dude, Silva's old. Who's like a younger Brazilian? I mean, older Brazilian. Y'all are saying Glover. It's gonna be. I think we need to look for a lower weight class guy, like a Henan Barrow. I don't know how old Henan Barrow would be. He's bantamweight. I don't think he's older than Silva though. Let me think. Welterweight, middleweight. Unless it's a heavyweight fighter. Oh wait, he's not Brazilian, guys. For some reason, I was thinking he was Brazilian. My fault. Oh my gosh, I was thinking it was a Brazilian fighter. I was thinking that was green for some reason. I almost sold the bag. All right, let's go for a Russian then. He's not welterweight, not middleweight, not light heavyweight. Let's do an older, maybe Russian. Dude. This is tough, man. It's not gonna be GSP for Canada. Glover. It's not gonna be Glover. It's not Brazil. Jan Blachowicz. He's not older than Silva, man. Oh my gosh. Who should we go with here, man? Not American, not Brazilian, and older than Silva, man. This is not good, man. This is not going good. I really want to bang this out in the next guess or the next two guesses. Let's go with a lower weight class fighter. Dude, I can only think of American guys. I keep thinking of like Uriah Faber, Dominic Cruz, TJ Dillashaw. Aldo's not going to be that old. All right, let's just think of an old fighter. Arlovsky's not going to be older than Silva. I don't know where he's even from. Y'all are saying Fedor? Is Fedor on here? But did Fedor not fight light heavyweight as well? Or no? Fedor's not even an answer. Who's an old freaking brute? Where's Boss Rootin from? Nope. Not an option. Guys, I'm stumped already. We got to throw out a guess, man. Old. Let me think of just an old. I'm thinking like Royce Gracie, but that's Brazil. I mean, that's very old. Gosh, bro, guys, I need y'all's help. I need y'all's help bad. Older than Silva. So Silva's born in 75. So Silva's going to be 50 years old. So this fighter's older than 50. Oh my gosh. We're going way back, guys. Older than 50 is crazy. Mark Coleman's going to be American. Also doesn't fit that, right? Should I just throw in a guess like that? Randy Couture is not. No, he's not going to play. It's not going to be a flyweight because flyweight didn't exist yet. Bantamweight. I don't even know if it goes back that far. It's a heavyweight. It's got to be a heavyweight. I think I agree. Because, dude, bantamweight lore isn't even that far back. Okay, let's think of the heavyweight, okay? Heavyweight. I don't know where Tim Sylvia's from. Frank Mir's going to be American. Maybe Tim. Maybe is Tim Sylvia a guess? No. Who else was balling back then? Boss Rutan, Mark Coleman, Hoist Gracie, Shamrock. I might just guess Hoist Gracie for the timeline. He's Brazilian though. No, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. He's fought in like all these weight classes. Heavyweight. Not gonna be Junior Dos Santos. We gotta go further back than that, bro. I'm going Arlovsky, bro. Never mind. Never mind. It's the heavyweight trust. Yoel Romero, Vanderlei. Never mind, he debuted UFC 20. Oh, crap. Debuted after 06. I forgot about that. Debuted after 06. He had to have been old when he was debuting there. A lot of fights. He's got to be he had to have come over from Pride. Vanderlei Silva is no, because his light heavyweight's crossed out. What's his name? Don Fry's American as well. Oh my gosh. This is bad, guys. I'm freaking. I forgot that he debuted after 06. Not gonna be Lesnar. Not gonna be Mir. I'm about to just throw out one of these to get the weight class, hopefully. Oh, it's Crow Cop, bro. It low-key might be Crow Cop. No, he was light heavyweight, right? Oh my gosh. I think he was light heavyweight, bro. Actually don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. Why did I think Crow Cop was light heavyweight as well? Wow. I will take that, bro. I would gladly take that. Got that in 3. Whew. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know the old heads that well. The Pride Fighters, I don't know them that well, man. I wasn't alive, man. Wow. Well, I'll take it. I'll take it in 3. I will take it in 3. 1974. Whew. Crazy, bro. Bigfoot Silva. Crow Cop was a heavyweight casual. We got it, man. I got that in 3. Average guess was 9. I'm not mad at that at all. Not at all. Dude, the country was throwing me off bad. It was throwing me off bad because I was thinking of the older fighters, and most of them were Brazilian or American. Like 90% of them, it feels like. All right, let's go ahead and guess the fighter by the emoji. French fries. Don Fry? No. Patty Pimblett. He eats fries. He's fat. Good one, guys. Good one. Easy money. Easy money. Do the other ones? That's what we're doing. We're rolling it. All right, UFC fighter by quote. Dude, sometimes they're super easy, sometimes they're not. This one is one of those times where it's super easy, man. Scalsa. I'm a scalsa. I don't get knocked out. Patty Pimblett again. Let's do guess the picture, though. Guess the fighter by. Is this. My first look thought that it was Gaethje, but I think I see a beard. My first look, I think. Is that Dillashaw? Guys, is that TJ Dillashaw? My first look was Gaethje, but I don't think it's Gaethje because I see a beard that kind of looks like TJ Dillashaw. It looks like freaking Zachary Reese, bro. That's a hardcore shot right there. I think this could be Dillashaw, guys. I'm about to throw out Dillashaw. Is that Dillashaw? Dude, I cannot tell. I think that's Dillashaw, though. I think it is. What do y'all think? I'm gonna go ahead and guess Dillashaw. I think that's it. Oh my gosh, what a performance, guys. I'm impressed by my performance. We got this one in 1. We got this one in 1. We got this one in 1. We got this one in 3. Guys, I'm gonna need a round of applause, all right? I'm gonna need a round of applause, man. Dude, my first initial look at that, I thought, oh, that's Justin Gaethje. And then I kind of saw Dan Hooker a little bit. Once I saw the beard, I was like, okay, it's not Gaethje. That doesn't look like Hooker. And it's TJ Dillashaw, my guy. My guy. I'll take it. I will take it, man. I'm guessing there's nothing else on here about 321. You cannot break down what can be broke. Oh wow. Oh yeah, Rakic is booked. Okay, we have Volkov versus Almeida on the same card. Forgot about that. It's a good fight, by the way. Rakic versus Azamat Murzakanov. Ooh, dude, they're feeding Rakic to the wolves, bro. Mitch Raposo versus Azat Maxim. Nice. Nice. We're about to get out of here, guys. We're about to get out of here. Let me just check. So I guess they don't have nothing for 319. Dude, I'm ready to see the co-main, though. I'm ready to see the co-main for this. They got some good fights on here, bro. The prelims look like they're going to be pretty good. The headliners are going to be great. I don't know, man. We're about to get out of here, though. I'm about to go get some food, y'all. I'm about to eat some food. I want some pizza, bro. Should I get some pizza? Maybe so. But yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Little summary of the stream. UFC 319 or UFC 320 was announced. And we got Pereira versus Ankalaev 2. Co-main being Merab versus Corey Sandhagen. And then the feature fight being Yuri Prohaska versus Khalil Roundtree. Banger. October is going to be great. And 321 main event is going to be Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane. Tom Aspinall has not fought since July? I think July. UFC 304. So Tom Aspinall's finally back in the action. You know, he has not suffered an injury or anything. He's just been waiting on John Jones. So, hey, y'all subscribe if y'all haven't already. Y'all subscribe. Y'all hit the like button before we get out of here. And y'all check out my vlog video if you haven't. We're going to hopefully make the lightweight division. Hopefully that video will be out tomorrow. But I appreciate y'all once again, guys. And I will see y'all other stream on Thursday. I don't know if I'm streaming Saturday for the fights yet, but I will keep y'all updated. All right, guys. I will see y'all on the Thursday stream. I appreciate y'all.